Yo, what guan? It's your boy Dre Day. Back again. Uh, I want to tell y'all, first of all, blessed be the name of the Lord, the Holy Lamb of God, Jesus Christ. Uh, I want to tell y'all about this one time. I was on the phone for like 3 hours talking to someone I know. I'm going to keep this person private. You know, it's not for me to expose people, but expose evil. But, you know, they were just telling me basically like leave the Bible alone. It's not true. They were trying to push their beliefs on me, but I was trying to tell them like why the Bible is true and why the God of the Bible is the real God and how other gods are really demons or like principalities. They false, you know, and that, you know, trying to convince somebody for 3 hours, man. If you can't convince them in the first 5 minutes, you should just leave it alone. You know, I'm thinking that it's not taking, you know, that it's not hurting me, but it actually hurt me. When you try to convince somebody about God and you sit there and you do it for a long time, you know, you'll hurt yourself. It's not you that reveal God, it's God revealing God. And what I mean by that is like how, I think it was Paul, how he say, you know, I ain't Jesus, or you know, what's the other guy name? Apollo ain't Jesus, you know. We just water and we plant. It's up to God to make it grow, to make it blossom. We just plant the seed. So, you know, I sat there and I tried to convince him, and he was trying to convince me about his stuff. He was bringing up animes, cartoons, and stuff in there, and the beliefs that they put in those are true over God and things like this. I'm like, oh man. But what I'm saying is, when I got off that phone, with him, I had a headache. I let that spirit that was in him, you know, about jump on me and torment my head real quick. Like, he didn't convince me about anything. I didn't believe nothing he said. It's just that me fighting with him. And it wasn't even fighting. Like, we was talking, but we was just trying to just convince each other. But, you know, okay, here it is right here. This is what I'm trying to say. I got a rotten tooth in my mouth, right? I just got one. I need to pull it out. When I got off that phone with him, a piece of my rotten tooth chipped off. I took it out. I took it out of my mouth. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, ugh. And then God put on me, right there and there in that moment, bad communication, or like communicating with the wrong people, or bad company, is equivalent to decay to the tooth. You know, like all that negative company is equivalent to decay to the tooth, to the teeth. You know how decay, it just eat at it, eat till it's gone. It's trying to finish negative company, negative communication, trying to finish your faith. So what I'm saying is, don't try to convince nobody. Just preach, tell them what Jesus is to you and what God did to your life, and magnify him, but don't try to convince anybody. You know, because bad communication is like decay to the teeth. I'm out of here.